So you all may not have known, but I'm here to get it kicked off right now because we're jumping into reviews of one of my favorite series, Criminal Minds, now in the new season, season 16, Evolution, exclusive to Paramount Plus. New episodes drop each and every Thursday, and I'm jumping in here now for episode 4, pay-per-view. So my reviews will be spoiler free to get you hype, excited for each week's episode. And I really love Criminal Minds. I never thought I would ever do reviews for them because it's just been a show that I just love to watch and I just enjoy them. But I decided finally I should come out of my shell and I should do reviews for you all because I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there as well that love Criminal Minds. So in the comments below, once you check out the episode, dive into all the spoilers you want. But for me, I'm just going to tell you the things you can expect. And if you have not been checking out the season, if you had not known that Criminal Minds had returned for the 16th season with almost all of the original cast, oh, you're missing out because it's been fantastic. So yes, this is episode 4, so you have plenty of time to catch up. So go do so now on Paramount Plus. This episode is called Pay-Per-View, and there's a lot of craziness happening in this episode. But the one thing I will say is that this episode is really happening in a familiar territory to me as a person who lives in the Washington, D.C. area. The area that they're around is in Montgomery County, Maryland. We have an incident in Rockville. We have an incident in Montgomery Village, which I gotta say the portrayal of Montgomery Village is much more nicer than what it is, but the crimes do fit the shoe here. So it's kind of funny how they did this. But if you don't know the premise of this season, there is a serial killer network. Basically, someone set up a whole serial killing thing during the pandemic, and they're all connected. And in this episode, we're focusing on two brothers who are basically doing these home invasions, and they're streaming them. And the tactic that they're using is kind of unique. They wait for folks to go out of town, then to use their house, then to stage a murder live, and they also stream it to the folks who have home surveillance so that they're thinking they're away enjoying, etc., and they're actually committing crimes. And it's crazy, like the sort of the mindset to come up with something like this. I can't even imagine like if this was something that this was referenced from something that actually really happened. So that's the kind of like wow. So there's that. But then also you have Alvez and Garcia basically trying to do their work to figure out a lot more about Tyler Green, Tyler Green is a character that really feels familiar because we have seen characters like him, but they're trying to get him to unlock his memories because they're trying to get more about Sicarius. And with this, he's ex-military, and with him now being incarcerated, and we'll talk more about him down the line and whatnot. Tyler has PTSD, so these episodes that he's having, and the fact that he's also been trying to get to the killer himself, it makes a lot of things coincidental, but at the same time, it has you guessing and trying to calculate what's going to be the next move and how they all connect. It's a lot, especially with everything that's kind of happening in this episode. I won't give too much away, but there's a lot of coincidentals in terms of the geographical location of what's happening with everything. And then, just Penelope and the connection with Tyler and the moments they had, which is really amazing on screen, by the way. I gotta say that Penelope really brought some emotions, and yes, you can label her as a gamer, but she works for the FBI, and when she has to do her job, she's stern and she's really righteous about that. And the moments that the two of them have in this episode is really special. But yeah, with Tyler being ex-military and really working through this PTSD and really being a key part to this investigation, it's a lot that's kind of going on in this episode with them. So you kind of got the two things happening. You have these murders that's happening with these brothers, And then you have them really trying to learn more from Tyler, and as I said, Garcia and Tyler, they have a special really moment in this episode. The other big thing with this episode, I will say too, is that the murders and how they're kind of done is kind of chilling. Home invasions are already enough, but the calculation behind them, the fact that like the relationship between the brothers and how they kind of operate, and you know, how we have the crew, the BAU, how they kind of have to, the tactics that they have to use against the brothers. It's a lot that kind of like, it's a lot of, I want to say, but there's a lot to really like emotionally digest with it, because it kind of parts you in this a little bit, and it kind of makes you wonder exactly how this would actually be handled if this was happening in real life. But nonetheless, I thought the investigation part aspect of it was good. I thought that, you know, a lot of the politics that's kind of happening in this episode are interesting. I think how everything's really connecting. Things are getting extremely juicy. If you've seen the other episodes, then by all means, you're really, really interested about what's the next steps. And again, with this unsub that they're trying to discover and still putting clues together, and then considering the network and the network of other serial killers that's all coming to this together, collaboratively working together. This is a lot, but it's so good, it's so juicy, and man, I cannot wait to cover the rest of this season. It's only 10 episodes in the season, and you know, this is my first one, so I'm a little rough here trying to get the details and stuff out for you all, but I'm excited to cover the rest of this season. I love Criminal Minds. There's so much to talk about, but let me know exactly how you all want me to cover this. Let me know the things you want me to talk about, the styling of the reviews. Like, give me some suggestions here, because like, again, this is one of the shows I watch and I kind of just laugh and talk about things to myself with it, but I want to be a part of this community with you all, because I know there's a lot of folks who love Criminal Minds. And again, if you had not known that Criminal Minds had returned, yep, it certainly did. Criminal Minds Evolution on Paramount Plus, new episode each and every Thursday. There's a small little break because of the holidays, but you got another episode next week, and then the break, and then we're back in January and we're going in, folks. And I gotta tell you, for everybody who has loved this show for all over the years, all of your favorites are back. Everyone looks so good. It's almost as if like we never left off. You know, there's a couple of folks who did not return, but it's okay because we got new characters, new energy, shall I say. And this unsub is unlike anyone that we've ever had in the past, and that you add in the pandemic aspect in it as well, and the network of serial killers. It's crazy. And the fact that, wow, they were in Maryland, I was like, oh my God, let me look around my shoulder. Like, this is kind of scary and eerie. And I hope it never becomes realistic, but I don't know where they got this idea from, but it definitely had me looking over my shoulder the entire time. So yeah, folks, jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.